Today's video is all about building a cozy new home for our Coelophysis friends in Prehistoric Kingdom. My name's Gemma, enjoyed the video. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, welcome to my channel. And today we are building in Prehistoric Kingdom. So this is, as I said at the start of the introduction, a Coelophysis habitat. So right now what I'm doing is just trying to figure out the look and feel of this building. I really wanted to go for ultra modern here. We could just use the in-game fences and the in-game things to make it look really nice, but I like to go custom in all of my builds. So right now I'm currently making the hard shelter. So you'll see in the background that we've kind of mapped out the area for the Coelophysis, and that is just purely how much space that they need. They are really small dinosaurs, so they don't actually need that much room. So as I have always done before, you get one section correct and then you map out the rest of it. So I am now making a window for the Coelophysis hard shelter. This is just for the guests to purely look in and see them if they're not out in the enclosure. So yeah, we're just lining everything up and making it look really good, and it's been really good to come back to Prehistoric Kingdom. I have been away for quite a while now, to be honest. I got sick over Christmas, so the 26th of December, which in the UK is Boxing Day, and I just had this really horrible cough, and it made me like not want to record content because I couldn't breathe. To this day I'm still coughing and sneezing and stuff like that, but I feel more energized now to come back and try and at least do a voiceover, and you know, so far it's going quite well. So I'm extending right now the back of this building, and essentially what this is kind of like the keeper's hut, the ranger's hut, and this is going to be where their food is. Also, it's like an off display section, so the front of this building is for the Coelophysis to come in. The guests can see them. What I'd love to have in this game would be like a two-way glass kind of system, but we currently don't have anything like that. So the front of the building's for kind of more guest facing, the back of it is like a off display area. And right now I'm just putting in the roof. Now I really wanted to go detailed with this one. I really love doing interiors. I don't know why. A lot of people don't do interiors, but I really do enjoy doing them. So I was just thinking of like beams and, you know, where all the electrical things would go and where lights could hang down from and all that kind of stuff. So we've got kind of a double roof here, and then this is just a bedding area again, so the Coelophysis can have a little nap. And then I'm just putting in like a window frame, just so it's like a little bit more realistic. So that's what that is. Right now I'm making a light switch. Yes, indeed. I tell you guys, I go really detailed in my build, even to the point now I'm putting screws in, because how else is it going to fit to the wall? So that is our light switch there, and then we're just running up a cable, which again would go to this beam, making sure it's in the center here, and those light switches as well. So I do actually change these out to red. There we go, right on cue. And then this is the backstage area. So this has been changed a couple of times, but it does work out pretty good. Now we're doing like a roller door here. I was thinking about making a series of different kind of doors, different kind of windows, so I could just grab them instead of you know, making them all the time. Something that I've thought about doing, but we'll see if I really do actually want to create something like that. And then we're just finishing off kind of the outside part where the Coelophysis would come in and put in some that's not ventilation, what is that? Just like drainage, and then putting the roof on here. So I really wanted the roof to feel, it is a flat roof, but I wanted it to feel like there's a little bit more depth to it. So you'll see that I do go back and change the height of that. And then here is just like a little shaded area for our guests. It's also a good thing that if the sun does beat down on that window, especially if it was like a 2-bay glass, it's not going to heat up the window too much and essentially boil our Coelophysis inside. So yeah, we're just adding in some of those beams right now, just making it look nice and lined up. And then putting in the donation section here, and then the display boards. Display boards are great for adding education to your parks, so definitely add them in as well. So does the statues, in case anyone was like, I'm struggling to get my stars up in my park. That's a little tip for you. So this is the backstage area that we're going into a bit more detail. So some of the things that I have taken, I have made them all. Nothing has been taken off the workshop, which isn't mine. If I do take something off the workshop, then I always credit the person who's made it. So we're going back to that short dode there, and now we're moving on to the actual Coelophysis fence. So I want us to go custom again. There's nothing wrong with using the in-game things. I just particularly like to challenge myself, so I'm making this kind of custom wall piece here. Again, I think it looks pretty good. There's nothing wrong, as I said, with using just a normal piece, especially because like your piece count is going to be a lot higher. But currently in this park, there's not that many habitats, so I don't think it's going to cause much of an issue. And then we're just rotating those blocks as well, just so there's a little bit of variation within the brick. And it's also really great because you can just like select multiple bricks and like slightly change the color, just so it's, you know, they're not all completely the same. So yeah, I'm just like trying to figure out the height of everything, move everything about, and making sure it looks good. This habitat is really small, I will say. When I was building it, I was like, oh, is this going to be too small for the Coelophysis? But once they're inside, and I think I've put about 6 of them in here, they're all really happy. Welfare is turned on, even though I am building in a sandbox park, so you know, you could easily just turn that off. But the front of this, obviously guest facing, so it looks really pretty. The back of it is just pure concrete, and that is a conscious decision that I have made. So like I say, this is all just pure concrete that they are not going to escape. I do go away and put in the kind of taller, more higher security parts along the top, just in case, God forbid, that any of them did try to escape or jump over the fence, which will be really interesting to find out if it's going to be when they do escape, if a custom, you know, the blue null barrier, if that just means like the animals cannot escape. So here I'm just again guest facing, so we're just putting in some mulch, and then we'll put in a couple of plants, nothing too, you know, fancy looking. Wanted to kind of keep it quite minimal. And then again, I'm just taking these like sticks, branches, and we're just rotating them to make like a little border for the plants. Once you get a couple looking good, then to save time, just duplicate that along and kind of manipulate them so they all line up really good. But yeah, really simple way to get just a nice little border going on. Again, probably a little bit intense for some people's computers. So again, if your PC, if you're playing Prehistoric Kingdom and your PC is struggling, there's no shame in just using something that's not too heavy on your piece count. Which will probably happen to me at one point. You know, my PC, I love to think my PC is fantastic, but there's going to be a point where I won't be able to open up parks. This is why I tend to have my parks quite small, because if I'm adding in all these details, which I really do love building, I don't want to then be like, okay, well, we've kind of came to the point now where we can't add in details because my PC is struggling. and there's only two options for that really. It's either reduce the amount of detail or get a better computer, and well, the second option's not really an option right now. So I just went away and made a little area. It kind of looked like a bowl. This is built before, this is how old this speed build is. This was built before we got the water facilities. What are they called? The water pipes. Oh my gosh, what are the water troughs? Before we got them into game. So I wanted it to be an area that the Coelophysis could come and have a drink, and they could, you know, cool themselves down, but also make it look pretty good. So we're just adding in some rocks, and then I went for the classic water feature here. I don't feel like I'm very good at doing waterfalls, but you know, it's something that I'm definitely going to try and improve on. Maybe make them look a little bit less, you know, freocious. So just adding in a little bit more rocks. What I have done with this park is, you can see right now that it's not currently in my park. To the left hand side there's like loads of experiments that I was doing. Initially I wanted to make this like part of a series where I was going to like show you guys like how to make it from basic to like, you know, kind of like amateur to something that, and again, I'm not saying that I'm like a master builder or whatever, because who is, to like kind of improve your skills. But I was like, nah, let's just do the speed build. And if that's something that you guys are interested in, the processes of like taking something and progressively making it more interesting, let's say, because again, building anything in Prehistoric Kingdom or any creative game is subjective. So don't ever think that whatever you're building is crap or not good enough, because it's absolute rubbish to think like that. So this is the backstage area, just putting in a custom fence there, turning that around because it doesn't look right, and then just putting in like little vents. I would imagine that the inside of here would be like air controlled, especially depending on the environment it is. So right now I'm actually building in a tropical biome. I think it's the tropical biome, at least is it? Maybe it's scrubland. But anyway, this whole entire thing, I've went away and moved into our park, and our park is currently it's a temperate map. I just had an absolute, you know, what is my park? I have built in it so much times, but sometimes you're like, what biome is this? But anyway, here I am making just the inside of the hard shelter. I really do have to start just taking these items that I'm building and throwing them on the workshop and making sure that they're all blueprinted, because as I say, once you have built something like this, there is no shame in taking it and using it for another area in your park. You know, make your life easier, because these things do take time. And like for this example, I needed an area to fill up there, so I have taken something that I've made on the workshop and put that in, putting in a hose here in a bucket. Now this I was really proud of. So this is it's a feature which is coming to Prehistoric Kingdom, and it's like a storage kind of box thing. I'll put an image of what it should actually look like in the corner here. So I was trying to recreate this, and I think this is when in game we're going to be having more of an area that you can look after, you know, food production. So you're going to have like a carnivore area, and then you've got like fruits and vegetables that you can grow. And I just love that about Prehistoric Kingdom, you know, actually thinking about those like little details. And it's certainly going to make the management side of it a lot more interesting, to actually think, oh my gosh, we need to feed these animals, but they eat so much. So now I'm just making like a little bone to go on the front of that, janky as it is, and then we will hop into game and I will show you what it looks like. So I'll see you guys very shortly. Okay, Okay, so this is the Coelophysis habitat, and we will give you guys the tour, and we will start off by looking at our hard shelter, because that is the first place that we actually built. So you can see we've got some Coelophysis in there, and yeah, it's just a really good viewing area for them. Actually, there's even one down at the bottom there. Hello, friend. So yeah, there's loads of them in here, which is really fantastic because you get a really good look at them if they are not in their other area. So yeah, that's looking really good. And then if we come around the side here, this will take you to the backstage area, so we'll just go quickly through here as well. And this is the other part where they can chill out if, again, the other areas are a little bit too hectic. There is some crazy sea fighting going on over here, and we also have autosave, so love that for me. But yeah, here is our little Coelophysis having a sleep. That flickering is really bothering me, but there they are, absolutely gorgeous. A little bit sunken down there, having just a little snooze. How cute. But yeah, this is their backstage area. In terms of what we've got going on here, except from some mad flickering disco, we do have an area out here which is where they would kind of come and load in, and then we've just got some bits and bobs for the backstage stuff. They are just loving this area right now. And then there's also some food just at the back there. So if you come round here, there is obviously the light switch, which will control these lights here. And then this is everything you see here I have built. This is currently on the workshop, so feel free to go away and download it and put it into your parks, your zoos. We've got a little area here, which is mainly for the keepers. I would love to build a kettle. I think I might do that probably on a live stream. Just those kind of little like details that would be really good to have. So, you know, they could come in here, make themselves a kettle, a cup of tea, and get a mug and so on and so forth. Or this could like just be maybe an area that they prep the food, they cut up the food. Lots of things to consider. But yeah, this is looking really good. And then if you come out this door, you will get to the backstage area. And just to like clean up the place, get some water that they can, I don't know, maybe fill up the troughs, although we do have the waterfall. And then here was the things that I have built as well. When you get closer to them, you can see that you've got the little turkey leg thing going on. I don't know why, but Prehistoric Kingdom right now has got this really weird thing where, yeah, it's the draw on the game is not as good as what it used to be, and also the shadows are just slowly renders in. I'm sure the team are like looking at these kind of things and will probably address it. And then we got a pallet truck as well. Again, I built that. I'm very, very proud of my pallet truck. But we can go into the actual habitat itself. So if we come through this way, as I said, we've got some food here, and then we got our Coelophysis just chilling out, and then this will take you into that area that you have already seen. And then this is their actual enclosure, so it is really, really small. We do have the waterfall over there. They don't swim in here because it's not deep enough, but they do come and drink, as you shall see here. Here is our Coelophysis having a drink. Not maybe as far down to the water that I would like, but still really good. So there they are. They are just chilling out here. I really like this habitat. It has changed a couple of times just due to the foliage that has been put in here. Also, another thing I want to point out is this sign here. So I've done it before where you can adopt a Coelophysis, and if you would like to, let me know in the comments below. I will add your name to this board, and you will be featured in this park. So if you have enjoyed it, always drop me a like. I very much appreciate it, and we will see you guys in the next one. Take care.